Good day, ladies and gents. Today is Thursday, April the 23rd. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Got a nice, pretty day out here. As you can see, it's been raining. We got a pretty good rain last night over here. We've been missing a lot of the storms that some people have been getting. As a lot of y'all probably know, there's guys in Mississippi and some in Oklahoma that have been getting some pretty bad weather, a lot of big tornadoes and such like that. We've been getting some in Louisiana, but it's mostly in central and northern Louisiana. I live in South Louisiana, so we've been missing a lot of it, thankfully. Only thing we've been getting out of it is, like I said, is the rain. And right now we need the rain, so I'm definitely not complaining about that. And really, we haven't even been getting much of that. A lot of it's been going around us, but anyway, I told y'all I was gonna make a video of the hay rake and of the tedder. The tedder is sitting right there covered up. I don't feel like getting it out. I would have to take those tires off, take that cover off, and then put it back on after I got finished. And I don't feel like doing that, so that one is gonna get done on a later date. For today, we're just gonna do the rake. So this rake here is a Tonutti, I think is how you pronounce that word. Tonutti or Tonutti, something like that, I don't know. It's a 8-wheel rake. This rake is retailed by John Deere. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with John Deere's line of equipment called Frontier, but if you're familiar with Frontier, and if you've ever seen a Frontier rake, this is the exact same thing as a Frontier rake. It is pretty much a carbon copy of it. The guy that we used to bale hay with, that we bought the hay baler from, that's over there in the barn, he had a Frontier rake that I used to rake with, and it was the exact same thing as this one. And that was I found it to be a very good rake. It did a real nice job, made some real pretty windrows. I found it to be a real nice rake, and this rake here, like I said, is pretty much the same thing as that one. So we bought this rake last year from an old black guy in Newton, Texas. He had it sitting actually up underneath a shed. That's probably one of the only people I've ever seen that keeps their rakes under a shed, or one of the few people that do. He bought a 10-wheel, same brand and everything, pretty much the exact same rake as this one, except instead of 8 wheels it had 10. He said, I don't need 2 rakes, so I'm selling one. So gave him $1,600 I think for it. He wanted $1,700. I got him talked down to 16, but like I said, he kept it under a shed. He took good care of it. There's a lot of places on here where you can see he touched up the paint on it. And I mean, it don't look like a professional did it, but all he was interested in, and all I'd be interested in, is just keeping the rust off of it. There is one spot right here where it looks like they probably hit something and bent it up, and they heated it up and straightened it back out. That really needs to be touched up. But other than that, I mean, all the grease zerks, this thing's got grease zerks all over it. Every single grease zerk, whenever I went to go pump it up with grease for the first time after getting it home, I'd make 2 or 3 pumps with the gun and the grease would be coming out. So he was keeping it well greased. Walk around here, around the back of the machine, see everything's all wet. But all of the wheel hubs for the rake wheels, they all have grease zerks. He had them all greased. I think the wheels actually have grease zerks on them too. It's got some good tires on it. Tires are in real good shape. Yeah, you can see that one over there. It's got one on it. Just a 5-lug deal. There we go. Trying to get my zoom back right. Like I said, tires are in good shape on it. No cracking, no dry rotting. Hydraulic ram's in good shape on it. It's got this nice block on it right here so it doesn't leak down whenever you got it parked or whenever you're going down the road. One hydraulic hose only. This fitting is kind of rusted up, but I'll have to I'll get that cleaned up. I need to take a garbage bag or something, or Walmart bag wrap around that. Maybe that won't happen next time. Looks like there's a wasp nest in here inside there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but yeah, so far we have only used this rake once. We bought it, well, no, I'm sorry, we used it twice. We used it to rake all the hay last year. We used it on both cuttings. They did great both times. We used to have a Citrex 8-wheel rake, and that thing there, it worked, but it was in bad shape, and it just needed to be replaced. It was time for that one to go. So I ended up selling that one for $500 after we bought this one. And yeah, like I said, it's been a great one. We're happy with it. It's makes some nice pretty windrows. I haven't had to change any of the teeth on it yet. The only thing I did do was I took all the wheels and I flipped them around. I took all the wheels that were on this side, put them on that side, and vice versa, because the guy, he did have it running with a little bit too much down pressure. This adjuster right here, there's one on this side and another one on that side, that adjusts the down pressure on the teeth, how hard the teeth are pushing on the ground. And if you look over here, you can see that a lot of the teeth on it are bent. So what we did is we flipped the wheels around, so that way, because whenever you got the rake on the ground, the teeth are being pulled this way. So what we did is we flipped them all around. That way, whenever it's raking, it'll actually pull them back straight. Because there was one wheel, I think it was this one right here. This one was really bad. Like, I don't know what his method of thinking here was, why he had them things pushing so hard on the ground. But you can see just how far out they are. But yeah, they're slowly getting straightened back out. But other than that, you know, that was the only thing that it had to do, or that we had to do with it before we could bring it to the field. He was using it like that, but we didn't want to use it like that. So we figured we'd just go ahead and flip all of them around, get them straightened out. There's a jack right there, nothing fancy. I got it on a wood block down here. We pull this one with the little tractor with the 464. So far, that's the only tractor we've pulled it with. We haven't pulled it with any of the other ones. Right now, we got us 2 tractors, so if for some reason we can't pull it with the 464, we'll be pulling it with the 684. We also use the 464 to run the tedder. The big tractor cuts and bales, and the little tractor pulls the tedder and pulls the rake. Sometimes we use it to move the hay. But anyway, yeah, not really a whole lot more that can be said about this. Just I'm glad that I was able to find this one and get it bought, because like I said, I got it for a good price. Real satisfied with it. It's been a great rake. But anyway, I guess there's not a whole lot more to say about this. So I guess I'll just say I hope everybody's doing okay, especially with this coronavirus business and the downturn in the economy. I myself have been laid off of work. The plant that I work at shut down. It's going to be shut down for about 6 months. They got an outage coming up, and they're not starting the plant back up until they get on that outage. So the company that I work for, they're supposed to be sending me somewhere else. They're supposed to be sending me to a different plant. They haven't yet. I did file for unemployment, so you know, kind of piddling around for that and going through all the red tape, getting everything done right so that I can start drawing unemployment till they do finally send me to the next place. I do have a neighbor of mine that I called and talked to that I do work for sometimes. Got on the phone with him. He said he had some stuff that I could do to keep me busy. So far I haven't been over there yet, but I know the oil field really took a bad hit. I don't know if there's anybody that watches my videos that works in the oil field or not, but if you do, God bless you, and pull through it. I promise it will get better one of these days. I believe the state of Louisiana is supposed to open back up on Monday. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. Probably what's going to happen is we're just now starting to flatten the curve. The curve's probably going to jump way back up because, you know, it's probably a little bit too early to be doing it, but they're going to do it. The powers that be, that's their decision. People are already running around pretty much. Like you can see, there's cars going by. There's people doing their thing. There ain't nobody around here that's in quarantine. So, but other than that, not really a whole lot going on around these parts. We don't farm any grain, so you know it's not like we're waiting to plant anything. My garden's doing good over there. You can kind of, there's a plane flying by. You can kind of see it over here off in the distance. That's my farming right there, my grain farming. That's pretty much about all I do. We will be getting ready to spread fertilizer before too long. We're gonna spread definitely on the hay field. I don't know about everything else. We're not sure if we're gonna do chicken litter this year or if we're just gonna do fertilizer. Last year we did chicken litter, so this year we may just go back to fertilizer. I don't know. Chicken litter is kind of expensive. It seems like it works good, you know, like it improves the ground a lot. I know we did make a lot of hay and we did have a lot of grass coming up in the pasture areas where we spread it, but I don't know. That'd be a decision to make for another day. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. Like I said, as soon as I get that thing out, probably before too much longer, I'm going to be hooking it up and pulling it over to the shed and going through it and making sure that it's going to be ready to go for the year. Probably when that happens, I'll go ahead and get it out. We'll talk about this. I already talked about the rake. Tried to keep that one as interesting as I could, but there's just not really a whole lot to say about a hay rake. Anyway, yep, thanks for watching, and see y'all on the next one.